Yeah. Okay.
Did you make that?
Silent Hill TDS. J. Leo. Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggy of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch trying to eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp string, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions with my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show. I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this we too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze like I heat it though. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the day before you let them go. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with the demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of characters, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in there. Doom hits the sun god, bringing some light. Now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs from writing scripts. Now my stable conquering, conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up, world? How y'all doing today? It's a great Tuesday. Make sure my fit it right. Get fit it right. Anyway, hey, it's Tuesday. Well, technically Wednesday, but happy to be here once again. It's your boy Wildcard Mar, aka Modelo Mar. I know. I gotta get the label right. I switched it up on you. Modelo Negra. The Negro likes Modelo. Hey, I had to switch it up. I'm still trying to get these sponsors from Modelo. So, boy, that shit good. Anyway, everybody grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, sit on down. Let's have a good old time. Talk some sports late night with your boy, of course. Let's get all the house cleaning and the preliminaries out the way. Go on over to the website, www.I.O.W.19.com. That's where you get all the information on what's going on with the I.O.W. Sports Network or the whole I.O.W. network in general, including the show, including the daytime live stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Philip Riddick's RBOB. This is Daddy Cook Show. Of course, the original I Often Wanted podcast. Then you got L. Jeffrey Moore Presents. LJ Presents. Hey, we got material coming up the wazoo. But anyway, of course, coming into the show, my official intro song, that of course, Silent Hill J. Leo, Pale Moon Devil Dance. If y'all ain't sick of that song, you can't. It's a dope song. Anyway, we gonna talk some sports. Yes, we is. Anyway, so last week we was talking about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and of course his comments he had to say about LeBron and athletes and politics. So, just to refresh our memory, we're gonna do a quick little clip on what exactly Zlatan has said. All right. Just to refresh and bring it all into context. So this is what Zlatan Ibrahimovic had to say.
Yeah. I liked a lot, and I mean, he's a phenomenal in what he's doing. But I don't like when people, when they have some kind of status and they go in and they do politics at the same time what they're doing. I mean, do what you're good at. Do the category you do. I play football because I'm the best in playing football. I don't do politics. If I would be a politician, I would do politics. That is the first mistake people do when they become famous and they come in a certain status. Stay out of it. Just do what you're best at because it doesn't look good.
So, that didn't go over well. I even had to chime in last weekend, and I'll say this. There's not a lot of stuff that I'll defend LeBron on. But one thing I will defend LeBron on is this. You know what I'm saying? LeBron does so much for the community. LeBron does so much outside of the league. All the philanthropy he does. I thought Zlatan Ibrahimovic was pretty bonehead to open his mouth about stuff that he don't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care for his statements. Everybody has their opinion. You say what you want to say and feel how you feel. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. But for him to be a foreigner who knows nothing about how United States has been established and on the basis of, ingrained segregation, ingrained, inequality, for him to really say that, he's just like, yo, bro, I know you got your opinion. Shut up. Go find something football related to speak about. But I want to show you this clip. LeBron responded over the weekend, and let's take a look at what LeBron had to say about those comments. Take it away, LeBron.
Zlatan, the soccer player, said that he believes that famous people and athletes such as yourself shouldn't use their platform to do anything other than what they're good at in their athletic endeavor. As someone who has promoted the idea of more than an athlete and trying to empower players to use their voice to speak on their communities, do you have any response to what he said?
No, absolutely not. I mean, because at the end of the day, I would never shut up about things that's wrong. I preach about my people, and I preach about equality, social injustice, racism, systematic voting, voter suppression, things that go on in our community. Because I was a part of my community at one point and seeing the things that was going on, and I know that what's going on still, because I have a group of 300 plus kids at my school that's going through the same thing, and they need a voice. And I'm their voice. And I use my platform to continue to shed light on everything that may be going on, not only in my community, but around this country and around the world. So, if there's no reason, I won't say no reason, but there's no way I will ever just stick to sports, because I understand how this platform and how powerful my voice is. And he can just ask Renee Montgomery, if I would have shut up and just dribbled. Seeing that beautiful Black woman today, be a part of a group where she's part of an ownership group now with the Atlanta Dream down in Atlanta. And it's funny he say that, because I believe in 2018, he was the same guy who said when he was back in Sweden, talking about the same things, because his last name wasn't a certain last name, that he felt like it was some racism going on when he was out on the pitch. Right? He did say that, right? Yeah. I thought he said that. So I speak from a very educated mind. I'm kind of the wrong guy to actually go at because I do my homework.
Bam. Talking about shut up and dribble. You know, hey, I commend you, LeBron, for the clap back. You know, and yeah, I'm with you on that Man Down Podcast Network. Shout out to the Man Down Podcast Network. I'm pretty sure that's you, man. You always operating behind the scenes, but anyway, you know it. Because here's my thing about LeBron. I've never been a big LeBron fan. You know, I never cared for the flopping. I never cared for the whining and crying for the fouls. But past that, you got to respect the man that's always going to stand up for his people. That's why on this subject right here, regardless of my dislike for LeBron as a flopper, you know, I nickname La Flopper James. You know, flopping in the paint, nigga. What you thinking, nigga? Yeah. But you got to respect the man that's gonna put down for his people. He said it right then and there. I'm never gonna shut up. He shouldn't. You know, for LeBron to be such a polarizing player, you know, there's a lot of people that's gonna like him. There's gonna be a lot of people that dislike him. You know, I don't really care for him, but as a man, I got all the respect for him because he's speaking for a lot of people whose voices get suppressed. And to make this situation worse, so Zlatan Ibrahimovic pretty much went and doubled down on his comments and pretty said, athletes unite the world, politics divided. Our role is to unite the world by doing what we do best. Athletes should be athletes and politicians should do politics. Now, the only problem I have with that is Zlatan is pretty much just contradicting himself. In his statement to double down his previous statement last week, the first thing he said is athletes unite the world. Isn't that what LeBron is trying to do? He's trying to unite, trying to get equality across the board. That sounds like uniting to me. So you know, I think Ibrahimovic should have been more careful about what he said. I don't know what provoked that original comments, the original reason for saying anything last week about LeBron or any athletes involved with politics in general. I don't know what it was. But he probably should have gave more thought about what he was about to say, especially when you're talking about LeBron James. LeBron knows the microscope and the focus that's on him when it goes across the headlines any day. He's well aware. So, you know, I wouldn't expect him to come out and just say a whole bunch of bullshit and fluff. But that man LeBron is really coming for not just being just an athlete. He's trying to be, you know, I wouldn't say a role model, but he's trying to be a figure of change, a figure of equality. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hey, yeah, you don't have to respect the man on the court, but off the court, we need more cats like him. I mean, you know, he's creating companies with his close friends and giving people opportunities. You can't, if you hate that, man, you might want to check your heart. Might not be there. Might be an icebox where your heart used to be. Y'all know me, I'm geeked up anyway. I just wish more athletes if you're gonna sit there and have that stance like Ibrahimovic, like you know, be mindful of who you're talking about. Here's my thing, all in all. So if Ibrahimovic, he's sweet and right, he's the sweetest guy. If his people were enslaved for 400 plus years, and then after it was abolished, was systematically kept separate, I wonder if he would have this same stance. I wonder if he would have the same opinion to just athletes be athletes and politicians do politics. I wonder if he would have that same stance if the shoe was on the other foot. I'm very curious about that. I'm curious to hear his same take on it on social issues that if it was done to his people every day and put out in the media. Every time a black man gets killed, it gets plastered on the media from damn Tokyo, Japan, all the way across the ocean to damn near Africa. Or worldwide, it gets posted every time a black man gets killed in America. Now, if that was a Swedish dude, I wonder if Ibrahimovic, I wonder if he would have that same tone. You know, it's easy to assume that he wouldn't, but I don't know. I've seen crazier shit, but LeBron is always going to speak up for his people. And I will always appreciate athletes that do it, not just talk it, but actually back it up. And, you know, that's kind of been one of my big things about people with that status is they can always talk the talk, but unless you're walking the walk, to me, it's there's really no much talking that you can really do. You know, in my opinion, actions will always speak louder than the words. That's how I rock. But I digress. So anyway, let's change gears a little bit. So I did have a guest last night, and I did touch on the J.J. Watt signing with the Arizona Cardinals. I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth about that, but let's take a quick little look at J.J. Watt's little introductory interview with the press as he signed his contract with the Arizona Cardinals. Take it away, JJ.
Hey, JJ, Colin Harmon with ABC 15 here in Phoenix. Welcome to the Valley. Just curious with, I assume, a handful of potential suitors, what made Arizona a desirable landing spot for you?
Yeah, you know, the longer I looked at it, the more it just signs kept pointing back down here. You know, there's a lot of exciting things about what's happening down here in Arizona. I've always said in this league, you have to have a quarterback to have a chance, and there's a young, extremely talented quarterback here who can do big things and is going from year 2 to year 3 and can take an even bigger jump to continue to grow and progress and be even better. Then you've got DeAndre Hopkins, who's one of the best wide receivers in the league. I'm obviously very familiar with. You've got a defensive scheme and that's led by Vance Joseph, who I was with my first 3 years down in Houston when under Wade Phillips. And Vance runs a similar scheme to Wade, which is a scheme I'm very familiar with and very comfortable with and excited to play in. You've got guys like Chandler Jones and Budda Baker and guys all over that defense that are really young, excited guys, ready to get after, ready to fly around and make some plays. So I'm just very excited to be here. And I'm also not going to lie to you, it doesn't hurt when it's 65 degrees and sunny outside when I woke up this morning. So it's pretty nice.
Next up, we'll go Bob, Mark, and Kyle, please.
JJ, along that same question, how close was it between the Cardinals and the other suitors that made serious offers, and what was it ultimately that you chose Arizona?
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly close. In the NFL, it's always a difficult decision when you're trying to decide where to play. And I'm fortunate and thankful to all the teams that showed their interest, that put offers out there and that wanted to bring me to their team. But at the end of the day, Arizona, with everything that's going on here and the amount of talent that they have and the opportunity that sits in front of them, just very, very excited to be here and very excited to help develop and grow and take this thing to the next level.
Hey, JJ, welcome to the Valley of the Sun. Hey, there's been so much talk, excitement in the Valley about this, but also talk about how much gas you have left in the tank. So let's ask, how much gas do you feel like you have left in the tank?
A lot.
A lot.
Hey, JJ, what was the conversation like with Marshall Goldberg's daughter, and are you pretty?
All right. So I just really want to kind of get some context. So J.J. Watt goes to Houston Texans and says the front office and says, release me. I want out. I want to go to a contender with a quarterback, and signs a 2-year, $31 million, $23 million guaranteed contract with the Arizona Cardinals yesterday. Well, you definitely went to a team that has a quarterback. You know, there's to me, and there's no doubt that Kyler Murray is an emerging quarterback in the NFL, and in the future he's going to be one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. You know, bar none. Very gifted at getting out of the pocket. He can make just about every throw. You know, very elusive, hard to track down, you know. I'm just, you know, the Cardinals just missed out on the playoffs last year, you know. And I personally think that they were a year ahead of schedule as in being a contender, you know what I'm saying? So take JJ Watt off that team. I don't think they're Super Bowl caliber team yet. You add JJ Watt, I still think that they're a playoff contender, but not a Super Bowl contender. I just don't think that just adding JJ Watt by himself makes that team a Super Bowl contender. You know, I talked about it yesterday, especially in the Day Show. JJ Watt is a coin flip away from either being one of the all-time great pass rushers or being just injury prone. Literally just a coin flip away. And, you know, and he's 31. Half his, at least 2/3 of his career, you know, you always got a question mark about his health. Then you add the fact that Chandler Jones, who is also an excellent pass rusher, is coming off a very serious injury, missed 11 games, and you expecting just Pro Bowl ability right off gate, missing 11 games, you know. There's no telling what you're gonna get from Chandler Jones coming off his, you know, probably one of his first very serious injuries, who's also 31, who's getting up there in age. You know, in NFL, 31 is not spring chicken age. It's not an age that says, oh, you know, I got some of my better days ahead of me. No, you know, and not in the NFL. That's not how that works. So, you know, he did mention Buda Baker, who's an all-pro, you know. But there's other cats on that team like Patrick Peterson, all-pro cornerback, who, yes, is getting up there in age, but there's no certainty he's coming back. There's no certainty that Hassan, I think it's Hassan Riddick. There's no guarantee he comes back, and he had 11 sacks, although 5 came in one game against the Giants, but still 11 sacks on the season. There's no guarantee that those sack numbers come back, you know. So there's some pieces on on defense that they need to solidify or thinking about turning over. But half that defense is built on older players that are their dominant names. Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Patrick Peterson are some of their biggest names on their defense, and they're all coming to the twilight of their career. You know, and I played the clip and it said, you know, the reporter asked, how much do you have left in the gas tank? He says a lot. Okay, that's all well and fine. You say you got a lot left in the tank, but will your actually tank, as in your body frame, hold up? You know, because JJ played all 16 games this past season, but JJ Watt did not look like JJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? You know, that wasn't the double-digit sack guy, JJ Watt, when plays all 16 games, still balls out. You know, and here's another wrench to throw in this scenario. That Cardinals team was 8-8. 8-8. 500. Didn't make it to the playoffs. That division is getting tougher. You know, assuming Russell Wilson stays in Seattle, playoff contender. Rams just upgraded their quarterback position, arguably probably the only position left to upgrade to knock them into being a Super Bowl contender team. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco, man, half their team was on IR all year. You know, take some of those guys off your injured reserve, and that might be a damn near different team. You know, but they also got questions with their quarterback. What they're going to do with their often injured Jimmy Garoppolo. When he's healthy and he plays, San Francisco wins. But he's always hurt. You know, that division is tough. Getting out of that won't be easy. And it won't be just a cakewalk. It won't be nothing, you know. To me, JJ Watt making this decision is not one step closer to a Super Bowl than he was with Houston. He might be maybe a couple of steps ahead, but he's not getting closer to a Super Bowl. You know, I mean, I honestly, the Rams, Seahawks, I could see being better team than Arizona. Green Bay, better team than Arizona. New Orleans, regardless of their whole QB situation, I think their defense is top notch. And, you know, Sean Payton is good enough and smart enough to maneuver what he wants for quarterback. Of course, Tampa Bay, reigning defending Super Bowl champions. Who else? Nobody in the East. No, that whole NFC East is trash. We know that. You know, 5 teams off rip in just the NFC that I think will be better than the Cardinals, as in presently constructed. You know, and I didn't even get into the AFC teams. First of all, the AFC is loaded with teams. You know what I'm saying? I think the AFC is more deeper and teams than the NFC. So, you know, I didn't even mention that the AFC. So, you know, if I add in the AFC, that's at least a minimum of 10 teams that I think have a greater shot at getting a Super Bowl. Now, but hey, JJ, shout out to you, man. Good for you. You got the bag. You know, this was, to me, was the ultimate sign if you was really chasing a championship ring or you trying to get the bag. It looked like you got the bag, because I don't think the Cardinals are any step closer to getting to, you know, a Super Bowl. You know, they finished 8-8 last year, and I'm not saying that they're not going to improve, but that division is going to get better. That division was already tough. I just think there's just too many other great teams that are better than the Arizona Cardinals presently constructed. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let's hop into some basketball real quick. I had it on the docket yesterday to talk about it, but of course, Lloyd Pierce is out as the coach of the probably youngest squad in the NBA, and probably down the road is going to be a team to deal with. Out as the Atlantic Hawks head coach. He was replaced by Nate McMillan, who was an assistant at the time. But Nate McMillan, of course, has coaching history. But hey, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Just real quick, just updating that score for the Phoenix Suns and Los Angeles Lakers, 106-95. It's in the fourth quarter, about 4 minutes left. I'll touch on that in a second. So if that game goes final, we'll have a little chit chat about that. But back to Atlanta, he wasn't winning with that team. Now I get that they had some injuries that kind of started the season off slow and literally off of and I think he was the victim of having high expectations because of what the team showed at the end of the season last year. And just the excitement of what Trae Young brings. You got the young squad and John Collins. I'm hoping DeAndre Hunter starts getting developed. They brought in some veteran pieces to kind of help mold and shape this young squad, and it just didn't pan out. I mean, like I said, there's just injuries to some of these young cats who are touted to be part of the next foundation of that organization. And when some of the pieces that you're counting on just aren't there, you don't adjust. And sorry, Lloyd, it just didn't work out for you. I don't know if you lost the locker room. They just didn't. Either way, the players weren't responding, and of course, in true fashion, soon as they switch coaches, Atlanta gets a big win tonight. They got a big win, beating the Miami Heat, 94-80. That, to me, that's once you get in the 14-point double-digit territory like that's a pretty dominant victory. I don't know what exactly is the right formula for the Heat. I'm sorry, not the Heat, but for the Hawks to get out that rut. But all in all, they had a great game today. John Collins, 17 points, 7 boards. He did his thing. Clint Capella didn't do too shabby. He had a double-double though. Can't be mad at that. 10 points, 17 boards. Trae Young, he threw in a double-double. 18 points, 10 assists. He got to cut back on the turnovers though. He had 8 of them tonight. 8 turnovers. That's not gonna help your situation. I mean, all the starters were in double figures, which is always good. But Boban Bogdanovic, who they signed in the offseason, they haven't really got the production out of him that they was hoping. You know, Danilo Gallinari, you know, a great shooter, but he was injured kind of for a little bit of time to start the season. So you know, it literally is just injuries that are really stopping the Hawks and you know continuity to bring it all together to show that they are a young and talented squad that can make some noise. And you know, honestly, you know, being in the East, it benefits them. 35 games in, so you're about almost halfway through the season. You know, I don't know if they blow it up, which I hope they don't. You know, it'd be nice to have another young, exciting team in the NBA. You know, who knows if they're going to blow this thing up and start trading away some of those young pieces and get some assets for them. And, you know, and kind of low-key start doing a whole rebuild. But, you know, hey, you got some pieces there. I like Trae Young. You know, he's a great value version of Steph Curry. You know, not quite the original, but you know, he's adequate. He is. You know, it is the guy's going to shoot for sure, and he's going to shoot either from damn near the mid court, you know, the baseline on the other side of the court. Or he might shoot from the parking lot, but he going to throw up some shots for sure. And more times than not, you know, depending on how the defense plays him, he's going to make majority of them. They definitely miss him. But hey, Hawks got the opportunity to do something great. If they find the right voice to kind of lead and help navigate them. It just Lloyd Pierce just didn't work. But let's move on. So a lot of stuff for the All-Star weekend was announced today. Talking about contestants for the 3-point contest. You got Steph Curry, that bad man Steph Curry is going to be in the 3-point contest. Devin Booker, who I like, is going to be there. You got 2 Celtics in there. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, both participating in the 3-point contest. Zach LaVine's going to be there in the 3-point contest. I'm actually surprised he's not in the dunk contest. You know, that kind of helped propelled his name in the league, but he's in the 3-point contest as well as Donovan Mitchell, who I think should be in the 3-point contest as well. But you know, hey, you know, 3-point contest is always a dope little contest to watch and see the skills it takes to, you know, be consistent and being a 3-point shooter. You know, hey, it takes skills. And you know, and honestly, that's what the league is moving to. I mean, if y'all watching this basketball nowadays, is 3 or bust. You know what I'm saying? You know, take the 3 and then hope you make it, and if not, hope you rebound it and take another 3. You know, and honestly, it's Steph Curry's fault. You know, he made a lot of people want to be like him because he's not the biggest. You know what I'm saying? He's not the buffest cat out there in the NBA. But the dude he can shoot. He can dribble and shoot. That's for sure. And a lot of people are starting to get into that fad of let me master dribbling, let me master shooting. So I blame Steph Curry for this whole transition of the landscape of how basketball is played. So hey, real quick, can we give Steph his props for doing that? Like, you got to be a bad man to literally change how the game of basketball is being played. And it's not just NBA. Literally, this is the game of basketball. Like, is literally how many shots can we put up from behind the arc, make majority of them, and literally just blow teams out the water. I mean, that's literally how if you can't shoot threes in the NBA or you can't shoot threes in the game of basketball, I mean, good luck. I'm not saying you can't win, but you're not gonna win majority of those games. That's just how the game of basketball is transition now. But it's Steph Curry's fault. That bad man, Steph Curry's fault. It's his fault. Of course, you got the skills competition. You got Luka Doncic playing in the skills competition. Domantas Sabonis, that's our Arvydas Sabonis little boy. Julius Randle's going to be in it. Nikola Vucevic from the Magic is going to be there. Chris Paul, CP3 is going to be in the skills competition, and Robert Covington. So here's my predictions. I'm gonna go. It's hard to go against Steph in a 3-point contest. But I'm gonna go Devin Booker. I'm gonna go Devin Booker for the 3-point contest. And I'm gonna actually go old man. I'm gonna go CP3 with the skills competition. Win. I'm gonna have him winning that. All right. Hey, say what you want. The old man knows how to get the worm. All right. Now, my favorite event at the All-Star Game weekend has always been the dunk contest. I'm talking about, I've always loved the dunk contest. One of my favorites, of course, 2000, Vince Carter, arm in the rim. And and low key, that was a great contest. Tracy McGrady was in there. Hit Ken Folk. Who else was in there? I can't remember. Oh boy, that was with the Pacers. Was it Dante Jones? I can't remember. But that's always a dunk contest I've always remembered. I remember Jason Richardson when he was with the Warriors going nuts. Of course, Dwight Howard won a couple of dunk contests being Superman, which was corny. Excuse me, I'm just never been a Dwight Howard kind of guy. The Zach LaVine and the Aaron Gordon contest, dunk contest was also a good one. I didn't get how they did the final scoring or determining that winner. That was weird. But that was a good one. But the dunk contest has always been one of my favorites. So participating in this year's dunk contest, which is actually going to be in halftime of the actual All-Star game. You got Anthony Simons, Cassius Stanley, and Obi Toppin. And, I'm not familiar with these guys. So we're going to watch some clips of these guys together and doing their thing. Just so we can all be in anticipation of what we're going to see. All right. So first up, we got the man Anthony Simons. Let's see what Anthony is going to bring to the dunk contest. Okay. Not bad. Okay, Anthony. Oh, Anthony's showing out a little bit. boy got some ups. I like that one though. Well, hang on the rim, big fella. They point like, yeah, he hit up there, dog. It's actually pretty high off the backboard. Man, I wish I was a baller. Well, all right. So Anthony got some hops. I ain't got, I'm a little excited what Anthony gonna bring to this basketball dunk contest at the All-Star game. All right, so that was Anthony Simons. I real quick, let's see what Cassius Stanley, get your ass out the way, Stanley. Let's see what Cassius Stanley, what is he going to bring to the dunk contest? Take it away, Cassius. Okay.
Oh my gosh, chill.
Okay.
Chill, see. Yo, look at me, see, chill, bro.
Yeah, chill, bro. Yeah, that's nasty. That's the same dunk in a different angle, but that was nasty though. Hey, y'all supposed to be showing this man dunking. What are we doing? Well, hell, Cash is showing he might be Gucci for the he might be Gucci for the 3-point contest too. All right. A little disappointed in the video. I mean, that one dunk he did came flying under the legs, and hey, he got hops. We'll see what he brings. Right now, I'm kind of going with Anthony Simons. And last but not least, left in the dunk contest showcase, let's go with Obi Toppin. I'm curious to see what he's gonna do. All right, Obi. Oh, you got game tape. Oh, so you did something in the game. Let's see what Toby gonna do. Oh, he caught a body. Obi caught a body. Oh, Obi Toppin caught a body.
Because he's gonna dunk over top of you. And that's what he did. That battle was lost.
Oh, man.
Gotta help out.
Yeah, somebody help that man. Yep. Oh, the steal breakaway. Oh, he about to do something.
Here it comes.
Oh, okay. He did a little spin. Okay.
And Obi Toppin.
Now that one. Oh, my God.
Student body. Thought we might see the windmill. Instead, he went to the reverse. You've got to help me.
Uh-oh. Oh! Oh yeah, between the legs. That's an in-game dunk. Wow. Okay. Now, what I like about that about Obi's clip is, he's trying to put on a show for the crowd, So I went Devin Booker 3-point contest. I went CP3 skills competition. And you know what? I'm gonna go Obi. For the dunk contest. So we'll revisit this conversation once the All-Star weekend kicks up. So that game did go final. Phoenix Suns getting the victory over the Los Angeles Lakers, 114-104. Now, I'm gonna talk about this real quick just because I touched on it yesterday with Detroit Mail and the day edition of I.O.W. Sports that we stream on Mondays. And I'm still worried about the Lakers, and he was like, well, they just came off of 2 wins, beat the Portland Trail Blazers and beat the Golden State Warriors pretty handily. But my thing is first of all, the Portland Trail Blazers, no CJ McCollum, no Nurkic. It's all on Dame. It's Dame or bust. And, he literally has to play Superman every time he plays. And unfortunately, he didn't play Superman that day. And Lakers won. And then you go to the game against the Warriors. The Warriors pretty much played half that game without Draymond. Of course, there's no Clay. And, then that becomes Steph Curry has to play Superman, which he didn't. Had actually just a bad shooting day. And, I'm not trying to shit on the Lakers 2-game win streak that they had, but they beat teams they were supposed to beat because they were pretty much hurt, injured. And so, yeah, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to beat those teams. But I wanted to see them go up against the actual playoff contender team. So Jazz are first in the West, Clippers, Lakers, and then the Suns. So to me, this is what was my point yesterday, is give me a true measurement game of the Lakers playing a playoff caliber team that are in the top half of the West. The Warriors are in playoff contention, and so are the Trailblazers, but they're not at the top forefront of that Western Division. You put those teams in the East, and they're about midway, being 4 and 5 seeds, maybe as high as 3, but that's the East. But in the West, if the Lakers are beating the Clippers, the Jazz, and unfortunately they didn't get the job done tonight against the Suns, then I wouldn't be worried about this AD injury. But this is why I am, because if they keep playing top teams and not just the West and the East, and they can't get the job done, it shows how important the health of AD is to that team. People want to keep talking about Dennis Schroeder. Again, when has Dennis Schroeder been the lifesaver of a franchise? I'll wait. Yeah, he makes somewhat of a difference because he can play point guard and let LeBron, roam without the ball. Okay, but when is Dennis Schroeder going to be that player that the Lakers can rely on to help get the points that you lose with AD? You know what I'm saying? When you got 2 people like LeBron and AD, who literally are the lifeline, a majority of your offensive production, and half of that is gone, somebody or multiple people have to combine to make up what was lost. And I haven't seen that yet. You know, you can do that against a beat up Portland and a beat up Warriors. But they couldn't do that against a solid Phoenix Suns team. I don't think they can do that against the Clippers, you know. And the Clippers had lost to Boston tonight. Of course, a late scratch from Kawhi. Not sure what that was about, but you know, hey, it happens. But back to the Lakers. If you're losing to, they lost to the Wizards. To me, it was a bad loss. I don't care if the Wizards was on a little hot streak at that point in time. Overall, that team is garbage. You know, that team is absolutely garbage. Lakers are in trouble, man. They are in trouble until they get 100% healthy AD back. Unless they got to make an acquisition. They have to. You know, they need that. They need, I'm telling you, they need Andre Drummond's double-double. A guy is going to get you at least 14 to 15 boards, give you at least maybe 15 points. They need it. And he's there to be your rim protector. Marc Gasol, he might give you 10 points, a couple of assists, but ain't nobody scared of Marc Gasol. Not at all. He's way on the twilight of his career. You know, I'm surprised he's still playing. You know, never understood, even though I don't care for Dwight Howard, you know, I never understood why letting him and JaVale McGee walk for nothing. But I digress. I'm just a frustrated Lakers fan over here, just pointing out the inadequacies of a franchise who just won a championship, and it's looking hard to believe that they're going to repeat. But anyway, hey, what can you do? That's today's show. We're coming up on the hour. Appreciate everybody for support. Staying tuned into the show. We will be back tomorrow, same time, midnight. Hey, all my night owls out there, we're going to keep talking sports as we take you out with some of this pick and roll from Silent Hill. And until next time, folks, O'Day Lamar, it's been real. Love you guys. Hug somebody. Love somebody. All right. Y'all be good. Silent Hill TDS. Hitchhikers. Let's go. Yo. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoke low. Let my soul sink into the flow. Feel the flames below, ready to go. Light another pack, watch the blunt corrode. Let it go.
Realest to the beast, about to take control, overload, burn another shrub to keep my mind sedated, elevated, felt elated from withdrawal but never faded, alcohol pumping out my system in need of patience, point blatant, do it in reverse until the points taken, putting in work to muscles jerk, and my joints aching, numbers don't lie, but I think these niggas point shaving, I am on another high, you can only taste the fragrance, floating on the stroke, bodies below twisted, agitated, hear me another gram, watch me break down and light this bitch, explosive tendencies, watch me spark and ignite this shit, put the game in a chokehold with a tightened grip, niggas inciting shit, most people they bite their lips, cold hearted bastard, give a hot bitch an icy kiss, take a buzz to another level and heighten it, my karma is Dalai Lama, the smoke for enlightenment, nigga drag me to hell with all the hounds and Leviathan things, reach for a back to God, cause I'm about to smoke a quick, see popping and percolate, I just want the smoke circulate, losers will spectate and the haters will speculate, but I'm too busy taking all this vapor straight to the face. Damn. Shit. Man, shit, pretty good. Hey, man, you got a light? Fuck that, I'm just going shit. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low, let my soul sink into the flow, feel the flames below, ready to go, light another pack, watch the blood go roll, let it go, readers to the beat, about to take control, pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low, let my soul sink into the flow, feel the flames below, ready to go, light another pack, watch the blood go roll, let it go, readers to the beat, about to take control.